I don't want to cause you any trouble, but I believe scooping ice cream with an ungloved trunk is a Class 3 health code violation.
Zootopia 2 is bringing some exciting updates straight from Disney's D23 event. The first movie, which came out in 2016 and raked in over $1 billion at the box office, was followed by a few shorts on Disney+. But it wasn't until February 2023 that Disney confirmed Zootopia 2 was in the works. Now with just over a year to go until its release, Disney has dropped the first look at the sequel during the D23 Entertainment Showcase. On top of that, they've revealed that the movie will introduce reptiles who have a mysterious past connected to Zootopia. Nick and Judy are back on the case with a new mystery brought to them by Gary the Snake, a new character voiced by Loki's Ke Huy Quan. Here's your first look at Gary. The first look at Zootopia 2 offers some cool insights into the sequel. Along with the new characters, a clip was shown where Nick and Judy visit a water-based town called Marsh Market, home to hippos and beavers. It looks like this will be one of the first places they gather information in the movie. Returning characters like Mr. Big, Clawhauser, and Flash the Sloth are also confirmed, meaning we'll get a good mix of familiar faces and new ones. While the first Zootopia focused mainly on mammals, this sequel is expanding the world to include reptiles, hinting at a broader and more interesting storyline. How this will fit into Nick and Judy's work as cops remains unclear, but it looks like their next big case will show how well they've synced up as partners over time. Since the first movie hinted that Nick and Judy would have plenty to tackle as cops, this next adventure could be their biggest challenge yet as official partners. While we don't know exactly where their investigation will lead, Gary's role might add deeper layers to the story than we initially expect. With all the possibilities lined up for the sequel, Zootopia 2 has the potential to be just as memorable and impactful as the original. Now let me discuss why a Nick and Judy romance in Zootopia 2 is a bad idea. With Zootopia 2 in the works, fans of Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde are speculating whether a romance between the two might finally happen, but this could actually be a bad move. The first movie focused on a powerful message about racism and prejudice, and turning their relationship romantic could undermine those themes. In the original, Judy and Nick uncovered a conspiracy aimed at turning Zootopia's citizens against predators, serving as a metaphor for real-world biases. Zootopia's exploration of these issues made it one of Disney's most thought-provoking films. Despite that, their undeniable chemistry has led many to hope for a romance in the sequel. The possibility of a romance between Nick and Judy in Zootopia has been a hot topic, especially considering their unlikely bond in the first film. Judy's initial bias against foxes made their friendship all the more meaningful as they grew closer during their investigation. By the end of the movie, their relationship remained platonic, but their chemistry was undeniable, sparking plenty of speculation from fans about a potential romance. Directors Byron Howard and Rich Moore have acknowledged that fans are eager to see if Nick and Judy's friendship will evolve into something more, noting that it's the most common question they get asked. Moore admitted somebody's going to be disappointed whether they choose to keep the pair as friends or take things romantic. While this is exciting for shippers, a romance could conflict with Zootopia's deeper themes, making it a tricky decision for the sequel. If Nick and Judy were to become a couple in Zootopia 2, it could highlight the challenges of non-traditional relationships. Given that the first film addressed issues like fear and racism, a romance between a rabbit and a fox could be seen as a metaphor for real-world interracial couples, which is a significant topic for promoting understanding and acceptance. However, portraying these themes through an interspecies relationship might be problematic. Disney has faced racism for depicting BIPOC characters as animals or transforming them into animals, as seen in films like Turning Red, The Princess and the Frog, and The Emperor's New Groove. The studio has also been criticized for its approach to LGBTQ+ representation, often relegating such characters to sci-fi settings or portraying them in a dehumanized manner like the Cyclops in Onward. Therefore, using an interspecies relationship to represent non-traditional partnerships could reinforce existing issues rather than address them. Zootopia 2 has a chance to build on the first film's impactful social commentary. Disney's all-animal world isn't unique, but Zootopia stood out by mirroring important real-world issues like biases and prejudices in a way that resonated with both kids and adults. Characters like Judy and her parents weren't villains, but they had to confront their own inadvertent biases, teaching valuable lessons through their journey. The film aimed to help young audiences understand these concepts and grow into more empathetic individuals. For Zootopia 2 to continue this tradition, it should focus on delivering meaningful messages without compromising its core themes. While Judy and Nick's relationship was a great example of overcoming biases, turning it romantic might undermine this portrayal. The sequel has the potential to tackle a range of social issues effectively without needing to introduce a romantic angle between the two leads. Zootopia right now is a forgotten cash cow, but with the second part, they can change that. The original Zootopia, released in 2016, was a major success, so it's no surprise that Disney is moving forward with a sequel. But this announcement came as a surprise to some who might have forgotten just how impactful the original film was. At Disney's recent earnings meeting, CEO Bob Iger revealed several upcoming projects, including Toy Story 5 and Frozen 3, which weren't surprising given their established franchises. However, the news about Zootopia 2 was unexpected, considering it's been 7 years since the first movie. It looks like Disney is exploring the sequel potential of another beloved IP, and with Zootopia's track record, it's likely to be a hit. Zootopia was a massive hit both critically and commercially, pulling in over $1 billion worldwide on a $150 million budget. It's one of Disney's top-grossing animated films, ranking 10th in animated movies and 47th overall. This success solidifies Zootopia as a major franchise, making the announcement of a sequel understandable. However, despite its impressive box office performance, Zootopia hasn't had the same lasting cultural impact as some other Disney films like Tangled or Moana, which earned $592 million and $645 million respectively. Zootopia merchandise and general buzz around the film don't match the widespread presence of these other franchises. While Zootopia was a huge success, its fanbase and cultural relevance haven't stayed as strong over the years compared to those other films. Although Zootopia might not be as talked about as it once was, Zootopia 2 is likely to be a big success for Disney. Modern Disney films generally perform well at the box office, and with an effective marketing campaign, the excitement for Zootopia 2 could match the buzz from 2016. It remains to be seen if it will hit the $1 billion mark again, but given Disney's track record, it's definitely a strong possibility. While this trend doesn't always apply to live-action films, recent animated movie sequels have been huge hits. For example, Incredibles 2 earned $1.24 billion, nearly doubling the original's total, and Frozen 2 surpassed the first Frozen with $1.45 billion. Even with the shifts in the theater landscape due to the COVID-19 pandemic, animated sequels are still performing impressively. Minions: The Rise of Gru earned $939 million, Despicable Me 4 grossed $915 million, the Super Mario Bros. Movie raked in $1.36 billion, and Inside Out 2 recently hit nearly $1.7 billion at the box office. Considering this trend and the original Zootopia success, it's reasonable to expect that Zootopia 2 could also surpass the $1 billion mark at the box office. That's all for today. Do you think it will top the original at the box office? Don't forget to subscribe for all the latest updates and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.